Hello again. In this module, we will discuss the use of teamwork and its importance to performance improvement. When you are assigned a group project in your courses, chances are you are not loving it. However, there is a reason for learning to work with a group. The group projects are very much like the teams that are used in the workplace. This slide lists the objectives we hope to accomplish in this module. As we have discussed, performance improvement teams involve a number of people working together over a period of time, which can be expensive in terms of both time and money. This is why it is important to use a team only when needed. You may recall that quality pioneers such as Deming, Joseph Juran, and Philip Crosby's philosophies were all based on team approach. When their methodologies are applied to the healthcare industry, people naturally assumed that all performance improvement activities required a team. However, this is not always the case. Today, when an opportunity for improvement is identified, the organization's leadership or performance improvement committee can choose the best approach. Depending on the case, either a blitz team, an educational program, or a performance improvement team approach may be used. It may be decided that a full-blown performance improvement team is not required when an opportunity for improvement has been identified. Oftentimes, improvements can be handled without involving those from other departments. When it is felt that you already have the facts about a process and the changes required are quick fixes, a blitz team approach may be used. A blitz team is used for relatively simple fixes. Typically, those who are very familiar with a process work together to improve the process. Therefore, a lot of time gathering information isn't needed. Investing a major amount of time, personnel, and resources is not required for these situations. Some improvement opportunities may only require the staff to be trained on a process. There may be a policy or procedure already in place, but the staff just isn't aware of it. In those situations, sharing the information with those involved may be all that is necessary. Or, you may discover that your training methods may need to be improved. It is also important to share all new policies and procedures as they are developed with anyone who may be affected and let them know when the changes will be implemented. Oftentimes, this step is overlooked. When the improvement opportunity is more complex or involves multiple departments, a functional or cross-functional performance team will most likely be needed to research, plan, and implement the improvement to the process. A functional team is made up of team members from the same department or work unit, while a cross-functional team will have members from more than one department or discipline. If it has been decided that the improvement opportunity warrants a team to work on the issue and cannot be resolved with a blitz team or training, it is important to have the right people serve on the team. The composition or the makeup of the team is key to its success. Typically, you would want those who are close to the process to be included because they are the best qualified to review the process. It is not uncommon to have more staff members than managers on the team because they are the ones who are actually working with the process on a day-to-day basis. When selecting members to serve on the team, you should ask which departments are involved in the process you are trying to improve. You would want representatives from those areas that are impacted by the process to serve on the performance improvement team. Once you identify the departments who are involved, you should identify the customers of the process. You would ask who will receive the product or service that the process produces. You should also identify the supplier in the process. For example, the billing department has several customers, including our patients, Medicare, Medicaid, insurance companies, and auditors, to name just a few. Those customers rely on the billing department to do their job correctly. The billing department also has suppliers who provide them with the data and resources they need to do their job. Some of the billing department's suppliers may include the health information department, the registration staff, the charge master coordinator, and IT. If the billing department does not receive accurate data in a timely manner from their suppliers, the billing process may be impacted. Some processes may involve a lot of different areas or departments, and it would be great if our team could have representatives from every single area that is impacted. However, if the team becomes too large, it will not be effective. Typically, teams that have between 8 and 10 members function the most efficiently. If the process involves more than 10 areas or departments, it may be best to identify representatives from the key areas that should serve directly on the team and determine a way to get the input from the other areas on an ad hoc or an as-needed basis. Now that you have identified who is on your team, some of the team members will serve in specific roles. Some of those roles include the team leader, the facilitator, the scribe, and the timekeeper. It is very important for your team to have a leader. The leader may be identified by your administration, or your team may select its own leader. Your leader should be someone who is respected and organized. The leader should be familiar with the performance improvement process and clearly understand the process that your team is working on to improve. The team leader will schedule and notify the team members of each meeting. The leader will also conduct the meetings and keep the team on track. Your leader will also ensure that all team members are participating by asking for facts, opinions, or suggestions. Other activities and responsibilities of your team leader are listed on this slide. Your team may also have a facilitator. Typically, the facilitator serves more in an advisory role and is a neutral party. The facilitator helps to keep the entire project on track and ensures that deadlines are met. He or she would help the group come to a consensus on controversial issues. Some teams may combine the roles of the facilitator and the leader and have one person serve as both. Other responsibilities are listed on this slide. The team recorder or scribe will record the information for the group. You may still hear some organizations refer to this position as the team secretary. The recorder will develop the agenda, document the minutes, and create charts and graphs for the team. This position may also be combined with another role. Your team may also assign someone to track the time. The timekeeper helps the team manage its time during the meetings. A well-run meeting should not go over the scheduled time. The timekeeper will inform team members of the time remaining on each agenda item. This helps to avoid too much time being spent on one topic and time running out before all agenda items can be discussed before the end of your meeting. As mentioned earlier, all team members should have personal and detailed knowledge of at least some part of the project. All team members share responsibility in achieving improvement goals, participate in discussions, decision-making, and other team tasks. Just like group projects, everyone on the team must pull their weight and contribute. The performance improvement team may start with a formal team charter. The team charter is a document, an explanation of the issue the team has initiated to address. Describe the team's goal or vision and list the initial team members along with their respective departments. Other information, such as those factors that may limit the team's process, may be listed. The charter may help the team stay focused on their objective. Organizations, including hospitals and Mercy College, will have mission, vision, and value statements. Departments within those facilities will also have their own mission statement. A mission statement briefly states your purpose or why you exist. Your performance improvement team should establish its own mission statement. Your team's mission statement should answer the questions listed on this slide. This is Mercy College of Ohio's mission statement. A vision statement, on the other hand, indicates what the company aspires to become. It should be the framework or the roadmap for all your strategic planning. It is important for the team to focus clearly and consistently on the organization's mission and vision while working on their project. Now that your team has been established, it is important to establish some ground rules. All team members should participate in establishing the ground rules and understand them. If new members join the team, it is important that they are made aware of your ground rules. Remember, all team members must be aware that performance improvement data are considered confidential in most facilities and may be legally protected from reproduction or use outside of the facility. The team needs to clearly define how information will be managed and protected during the project. Examples of some ground rules your team may agree upon to follow during a team meeting include: respect other people's time. This includes arriving on time, do not leave early, return from breaks on time, and begin and end all meetings on time. Avoid side conversations. Everyone should speak one at a time. Be open-minded to new thoughts and different behaviors. Complete assignments to which you have committed and complete them on time. Turn off all cell phones. If there are extenuating circumstances, put your phone on vibrate and inform the group if you're expecting a call that cannot wait. Leave rank at the door. All team members are equal. Team members should not be intimidated by other team members' status within the organization. Additional ground rules that your team may adopt are listed on this slide. Organizations typically gravitate towards one or two management styles. Inclusive style is when all viewpoints are considered with respect to solving the performance improvement issue, while the goal of the exclusive style is to get to a result as quickly as possible. There are positives and negatives with each style. With inclusive, the process may get bogged down and delayed because results are only achieved after extensive processing of the details. With exclusive, important details can be overlooked because there is a rush to implement the solution. It is best to use a combination of both styles instead of only one or the other. Team development techniques are intended to help team function through the people issues and become effective teams. Effective teams typically succeed when the objectives on this slide are met. In this module, we only have one tool to add to our quality improvement toolbox. An agenda is simply a list of tasks or topics that will be discussed during the meeting. Each task listed on the agenda is called an agenda item. Having an agenda is important because it helps to guide your meeting. It ensures that every team member knows what will be discussed and worked on during the meeting. It is best if your team members receive the agenda in advance because it will allow team members to prepare for each item that will be discussed. Your agenda should also include how long the team will spend on each item. By setting time frames for agenda items helps the team leader to help the group focus on the process and move forward.